morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
How was
everyone. What?
Oh, hi. I was gonna say, how was your weekend? But that's okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm
I
Allie.
was just getting right into it. Sorry.
This is Sarah.
Hi. Good
You haven't
morning.
listened yet. Welcome to the Parent Cafe podcast. We're recording. It's the morning.
Yeah, usually we do it in the afternoon.
We're just all out of sorts today.
Yeah, we are.
So
It's good though.
I wanted to start by talking about my tea today
Mm,
because I feel
having a
like
tea.
it's the most interesting tea I've had. So the
I'm
life,
not a tea drinker, so you need to inform me about this tea.
no one will know because first of all,
It's chunky.
it is, yeah. I edit these in black and white, so I'm
Okay.
sorry, right? But to me, my tea looks blue.
Mm,
To Sarah, my
nope.
tea is
It's like a murky water brown, like a
okay,
murky
perfect.
brown. Yeah.
Um, this is what the tea bag looks like. It's just
Mm.
chunky chunks. So it's
What's in it?
fruit. It's like
Oh,
passion fruit, and there's like mango citrus. I just read the pack again, and I think there's coconut also. So it's called Caribbean Crush,
no.
and it
So is
smells,
it like dehydrated fruit then?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it's a David's tea, so it's
Mm.
super posh, super sophisticated.
It's so
Um,
fancy.
fancy.
It's fancier than what I would drink. I drink like what my grandma would drink is it orange pico? Like just
Yeah,
like the basic tea, milk and sugar.
orange
Done. If
pekoe
I
or like English breakfast, like the
maybe.
classic,
Yeah,
the
just the
classic
classic.
black tea.
Yeah, that's as far as I get into tea.
This is caffeine free.
Oh, okay. I
So,
like caffeine.
yeah,
So
if you know me,
you don't need caffeine.
I don't need it, and I also like can't handle it. My body,
There's a lot of people that can't handle caffeine.
my body just says no.
Yeah, my sister's kind of the same way. Like when she has it, like she is just like sprung,
Mhm.
and then she is like doesn't feel good.
But she get the same like gut rot like feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I have to honestly, I can only drink caffeine on like a full stomach. Like I have to like
Mm,
eat like a big fat sandwich and
mm,
then I can like drink caffeine. But if I just
mm,
ate like a little breakfast and had a coffee, I'd feel sick like an hour later. It's really bad.
mm, hmm.
Yeah. So I got my tea this morning.
I
Got a
was
tea.
cranking music this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, like when I get ready, I just really just like to crank it, have my coffee,
see,
and just go for it. I don't
I wish
know. It
I
just puts
wish
me in such a good mood.
I could only crank music if Levi's working and he's on days
Mm.
off. So
Oh, yeah.
I have to be like a quiet little church mouse.
Mm.
Walk around my house.
That's true. When like first thing in the morning, I can't, but like as I'm slowly getting ready, then I like to crank my music.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, so I wanted to also give you like if smell-o-vision existed, I wanted
Mm.
to describe my smell of my tea.
Okay.
So, best way I can put it, smell and taste exact same. So you whatever you smell, you taste it. Pink, so the color pink, if I had a taste,
Oh,
whatever you think the color pink tastes like, but also,
strawberries.
yeah, right. But those Easter candies, the gummy like um, Easter rabbits. I almost said lapin.
In
I don't
East
know why I was speaking French
Lepe.
in my head.
Just French now.
Um, the Easter rabbit gummies that are
Okay.
they're like this big, and they're just like a little bum
They're
with
not like the
ears.
jelly bean
No,
type one. Okay.
they're like jube jube bunnies.
Okay. Oh,
And
yes. Yes, I know what you're talking
there's
about.
yeah, so there's like pink ones,
Oh,
blue ones,
yeah.
purple ones, and like aqua green, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the taste is those.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like very sweet. So you don't need sugar. It's
Oh, that's good.
just fruit, but yeah,
That must be like the coconut coming out in it.
maybe, yeah. But
Maybe.
those gummies all taste the same no matter what color you get.
Just one flavor.
That's like with most things, like Fruit Loops is the same.
Hmm.
Like the Fruit Loops don't have different flavors, right? They're
But
just
like in
different.
your mind, you're like, this is purple, so it's
This
grape.
is a grape one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
So
weird.
then you like automatically just associate it that it tastes like grape,
Hmm.
even though it
But
doesn't.
they jam every single flavor into each Fruit Loop
Hmm.
so that your brain can be like, oh, it's a red one. So it must be whatever. What's red?
This flavor,
Cherry? No,
cherry. I don't know about like with Fruit Loop flavors.
I don't know.
I don't
So
know. I don't really eat
fake,
Fruit Loops too often.
fake flavors.
Yeah.
Do you ever cry when you listen to music?
Um,
It's my sneaky little
I
segue.
well, I was talking about music. That I was listening to music this morning. I think occasionally, but I'm not like a big crier. I After I've had Abby, I grew a heart and I cry a lot more than I definitely did before.
Yeah.
So now I'll see like a song like I guess I do a lot more now. Especially like a song on like the on a commercial or something will just get me.
Yeah. Oh,
Or like in watching a video and then the song intensifies that video and
yeah.
then it gets me. That's more
True.
so. But if I'm just like listening to music, I don't think I do unless I associate it with something. So like when my granddad passed away,
Mhm.
there were songs about grandparents and stuff, and I'm like, why is this on? And then I would cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, do you?
I sob. I cry all the time. I am so emotional. So if if Abby made you more emotional, I almost don't want children
I'm so emotional.
because I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle anything. Like
No.
I cry all the time. It is
Yeah.
like commercials, you mentioning that. Any commercial that has like a sad dog waiting for their owner to come home, and then
Yeah.
there's like a little bit of like a song, done, can't function all day. Any song that makes me like think of my dad or like my dad working hard, just because like my dad
Mm.
and I have like a really close relationship. So any
Yeah.
song that's like about your dad, I'm just like, "Whoa." um, so like weddings, the songs they play when like the bride walks down the aisle,
Hmm.
any song that's like obviously slow and is like mostly piano or like acoustic.
Yeah.
And then when the bride starts like walking, I am absolute mush because
So it
I
doesn't matter what song, but it's
yeah,
just that moment.
it's the moment because all
Yeah.
I'm thinking about is like I'm in everyone's head. I'm like, oh my God, the groom, he looks like he's gonna cry. Oh my God, he's so happy. Oh my God, look at her. She's so happy. Oh my God, her mom's crying. I'm like
Yeah.
watching everyone and then I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah. I can't
Yeah,
do weddings.
no. Oh,
I just cry.
so
Like,
that one's like a big one for me would be like
mm.
weddings for sure.
Oh
And
yeah.
then like their first dance or like the dad and daughter
Hmm.
dance. I
I find
think that.
those ones so happy to me though. Like it maybe like a happy cry, or you just like you're just so caught in that moment.
I don't know. The dad and daughter one is always sad to me because it's like
Oh, really?
he's like
He's giving
giving
her
her
away.
away and it's like no longer his, you
Mm.
know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah.
so I have like my daddy daughter dance
Aw.
picked out.
Do you want to share it or no? Not yet.
I can't because I'll I'll cry.
You'll cry. Okay.
But yeah, it's really sad. I don't even want to like I don't want to spoil it.
No.
Everyone will have to wait till 2022.
Yeah. At this point, who knows? It could be 2025.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crying is one. But then I was thinking about like the opposite of that, like instant happiness, like party mood songs,
Mm.
like the ones that like you listen to and they just get you like instantly in the
Amped
mood.
up.
Hmm.
The one right now for me, I have to look up what it's called because I know it and I like listen to it on repeat. It's called Bang by, is it AJR? ARJ?
Oh, AJR.
Yeah. I just like will put it on repeat and like it
Yeah.
just like pumps me right up.
That's the one that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh
God.
yeah, I just like, and I love when it's on the radio because I'm like, oh, it just knew I was coming in. I needed this, like as if the radio knows like what I need at that moment, but it was just like meant to be. I feel like go through phases of like that's my song right now that I'm like super into, and then like I've had other songs that I'm like super into, and then I'm like totally forget about them.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you know the one? So the movie Trolls that
Yep.
came out, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. Um, but like Justin Timberlake song, like "Can't Stop the
Mm,
Feeling."
yeah.
Dun,
I
dun,
listen to
dun,
that
dun,
because
dun,
we
dun,
watch
dun,
Trolls often.
dun, dun. Yeah, so like Levi and I watched Trolls a few times. Like we really like that movie. Um,
It's fan favorite.
yeah, but instant party mood, I think, is that song. And like after watching Trolls, I feel like that's on like every single playlist of mine. That's like the least bit party, like get in the mood, fun
Mm.
song. Can't Stop the Feeling.
So I
Yeah.
like when people send me songs and then it's like throwback ones that like I
Mhm.
haven't heard in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. I
Yeah.
found like this playlist that I sent to like our my friends group chat. It was like an emo playlist from like 2000s or whatever through our emo phase. And I'm like, you guys have to listen to this. And it's like
So,
My
like,
Chemical Romance and
mhm.
stuff like that. But
you
I'm
have
just
like,
like listening to it folding laundry.
did you have
Fuck
like Dashboard
yeah.
Confessional on there?
Oh, I didn't make it. Like, it was, like, just,
Oh,
like, one of the Apple Music ones.
oh, okay. Yeah, I used to listen to like Dashboard Confessional, Secondhand
Mhm.
Serenade. They were all like
Yeah,
just like my emo jams, like cry in my
yeah.
bedroom.
'Cause it
Yeah,
just
Jesus Christ. I'm
and
a
I was,
big
like, the
crier.
happiest emo person ever. I think everyone had that phase, though.
No, when I was like
It's like
14, I was like constantly breaking up with my boyfriend and just crying in my room.
oh,
Same boy, just every time. Broke up
didn't
once.
learn.
No, broke up once a week. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I had nothing to really be too sad about, but I think it
Yeah.
was more so, like, that was the thing. I don't know. That was just the style, that was the music, and
Yeah. Well, did you
at the
have like
time, so
the thick eyeliner too?
oh,
And like,
yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah. I remember going through like a,
Studded belts.
yeah, phase with my clothes, and it didn't last long because my
No.
mother was not having it.
Ugh.
Um, she was like, "That's too much eyeliner." And then I had like those like fishnet gloves,
Oh.
and
Oh, I didn't go
then
that far.
I had a tank top like over a t-shirt with a
Oh,
belt
yeah.
around my waist, like studded belt. Oh, but I didn't get into tutus. I know like that was kind of big, like a tutu
Oh,
over your
yeah.
jeans or like a
Yeah, I
skirt over
wasn't
your
that
jeans. Yeah.
I think it was more so the music for me that I really enjoyed, and I
Yeah.
still, like, go back and play that, and really like it, so
Hmm.
and, like, certain albums, and, like, honestly, like, I've listened to, like, say, like, My Chemical Romance, and then I've moved on, and then, like, their next album, and I wasn't, like, super into it. So I think
Mm.
it's just that moment and that time for music
Yeah.
almost? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Does
I
that
know.
make sense?
Yeah. I was kind of just trying, like, I think I was reading 17 magazine and like trying to be with the times and copy all
Good
the
Charlotte.
trends.
Do you
Hmm.
remember Good Charlotte? Mhm.
Yes. Or all
Avril
of
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. I went to her concert.
Did you? Ooh.
Yes, that was my first concert actually that I like went
Hmm.
to unsupervised. It was nice.
Oh. I
Yeah.
think I've only really been to concerts unsupervised. Well, maybe like my mom, I remember, took me to it was Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls, but
Okay.
like they were fake ones. So they were like impersonators. They came to our town.
What?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
blasphemous. Who allowed
But
that?
I was I don't know, but like it must have been a thing because it was packed.
What?
It was so packed. I remember my mom, told us it was a surprise, so she told us that we were going swimming. So we like put our bathing suits on under our clothes so we could like get in there, get right to the pool. She doesn't tell us this. So I'm wearing my bathing suit under my clothes at this concert. I was
Ah,
like maybe like I don't even know how old I was, like 8, 7, 8, 8 or 9.
I was super into the Backstreet Boys when I was 8. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
loved them.
My friend and I used to like pretend we were the Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Do their
maybe
do their dances, makeup dances to
I feel like
songs.
maybe I was in that impersonator band that you went to go
You
see.
could have been. I remember seeing my cousin, my older cousin there, and then she got to like hug, well, I don't even remember his name, one of them.
Yeah.
And like she hugged him and she just like went so red as if she's like meeting the real one. Like so fun. We're like,
Which
oh.
which Backstreet Boy was your favorite?
I don't really remember. Honestly, I really liked the Backstreet Boys, but I loved NSYNC.
Ooh,
I
mhm.
love Justin Timberlake, and I still love Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
Like
same.
he can't do no wrong
No.
in my
I think
books.
I think I agree with you. I think I prefer NSYNC also.
Yeah, but my sister was like huge Backstreet Boys, so like we
Mhm.
were like always clash. She's like, you can't listen to NSYNC. They
You had
suck.
just a divide in your household
We
over the
did,
Backstreet
but I
Boys.
was just like secretly listening to NSYNC in my room, like bye bye bye.
Bye,
Anyways.
sister. But I I think like out of the Backstreet Boys, I was always just into like the main, like I think it was Nick
Nick.
was his name, Nick Lachey, right?
No, he's in 98 Degrees.
Oh,
That's Nick Lachey. He was married to
who's the other
Jessica
guy?
Simpson. Nick Carter.
They're all the same.
He was in a boy band.
He was in a boy band,
Boy
but
bands were so big.
so big.
Now
And
I
then
look at boy bands and I'm like, ooh, losers.
losers. That's why they
But I
split
don't, and
up
then I'm like,
recently.
what is it, One Direction? I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, I like their songs still though.
But see, they split up. They're done because
They have to.
yeah, you have to be a solo artist nowadays to kind of get
Hmm.
anywhere. Like the boy band girl group thing, like doesn't work as well. I don't know.
And I think it just attracts like younger age groups, so like the
Hmm.
tweens.
Hmm.
Um, and then if those artists want to break away from that like
Yeah,
persona, and especially like they're older, right? Like they want to put music to their own age group, and
yeah.
13-year-olds and doing it all the time. My
So,
mom was great. She literally just let me be me and wear whatever I wanted.
oh,
And she'd be like, "Oh, that's nice." And I'm
I
like, "Mom, why? Why did you let me wear that? It was awful."
awful, awful. And then like one headphone in your ear, and like the ret tucked through your shirt in your pocket.
So yeah,
The
with your hair
teachers couldn't
covering it
see it
on your MP3 player so that your teachers didn't know you were listening to music.
because it was so cool to do that while listening to them teach math and then not knowing anything and being really
Then you're like,
bad at
"Oh, I
math,
should have
like
listened."
so bad at math. Thanks, thanks, music.
Yeah, thanks, music. It's your fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Actually, though, I did. So I did. Um, there's a lot in like psychology when it comes to music, obviously. Like
Oh yeah.
the psychology of music is huge. But I did like kind of sit down and go through some like things that I do remember learning and then things that I remember doing myself, which I'll explain also, that kind of helped when it came
I'm
to music.
intrigued.
Cognitive performance and memory. So, like listening to a song while you're studying is going to
Mm.
help you to like retain the information that you are studying.
Now, do
So,
you need to listen to that same song when, say, you're writing that test?
So that's the thing. So it helps you to memorize the material because um, listening to the same song, it creates, so listening to a song in general creates like a mood while you're studying. So
Hmm.
you would have to duplicate the mood in order to like
Okay.
be able to think of like the things that you memorized. But it's easy to memorize things if you put them to a tune. So if you have a song that you know that you
Yes.
listen to that has like a certain tune and you memorize everything to that tune, and then you can repeat that tune in your head while you're remembering the information that you memorized, it should be easier for you to think of it.
Mm.
But the same is true for like the situation. So if you study and have a coffee and then you go to write your exam, you should also have a coffee while you're writing the exam. You should just
Because
like
you're replicating.
you need to replicate like the
Mm.
basically the behavior that was happening while you were studying. So if you were chewing gum while you were studying, you'll do a better
Mm.
job if you're chewing gum while writing the test. So
Hmm.
it's just like muscle memory impacts
They
like
should
cognitive memory.
teach this to children when they're young, so then, like, when they get to college,
I think it's too
They
much of a
should.
life hack, and colleges want you to not do well in school so that you have to take it again and again.
And pay more money.
That's just my theory, but
I should have
um,
done that stuff when I was in accounting. Ooh.
yeah. So basically, like music for when you're studying.
See, like
Music.
I always listen to music when I'm studying
Mhm.
because it just like, I don't
Help
know, it keeps me focused
because
more.
it makes you, it also elicits like positive mood and emotion.
Yeah.
And when you're positive, you're more likely to remember and like enjoy yourself, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So
But then when I'm always in like when I was, sorry, I don't do tests anymore. When I was in a test, you can't listen to music or anything like that. It's like
right.
dead silence, and like dead silence, like I get so much anxiety.
It cripples
Even
you.
at work,
Yeah.
when it's like silent, I'm like,
Hmm.
why is it so quiet?
Hmm.
I can't focus. So yeah, like maybe that's why I didn't do well in some tests.
It could be. It could be. So if you know that the exam that you're going to be writing is usually taken in a quiet room where like you're not allowed to listen to anything or have anything with
Mm-hmm.
you, then the way that you're studying should be the same.
Mm,
So if you know that the test is going to be at home online and you can listen to some music while you're doing it, like no one's going to know that you're listening to music, then you can listen to music while you're
mm,
studying and that should help. But if you know that your exam's in like a quiet room, then you should study in the quiet
mm.
just to like replicate the situation because it'll help.
Very cool.
Hmm.
I can think back on so many like circumstances when I could have used that information.
Yeah, I remember as well, actually. So when I learned about that, I think I was in second year. So then I actually did so much better third and fourth
Mm.
because I was like, okay, I studied drinking coffee, but then I didn't have a coffee while writing my exam. And then once I started to like do the same thing while I studied, so I'd be like, okay, I'm chewing gum, I'm studying, I'm gonna bring a pack of gum to my exam. Like 10 times better. I was just popping
Weird.
gums, remembering
All right.
everything
You got to get this info out there
out
to these
there. Get it
kids.
out there.
You
Parents,
should.
parents, if you're
Somehow, yeah,
listening, tell your kids, duplicate your study behavior into your test
if possible.
if possible. And that doesn't mean
Mimic
go
what
on
it,
Snapchat while you're studying
yeah,
and then go on Snapchat while you're writing your exam. It just means if you can,
because you can't.
yeah, if you can chew gum while you study, chew gum while you write
Hmm.
your exam. If you can listen to music, listen to music. If you can drink a certain drink that, like, it has to be the same drink. So if you're drinking blue Gatorade, drink blue Gatorade because it'll help with the memory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's a good one. Music can help to reduce stress. It's a good way to cope.
Totally.
So again, like if you have bottled up emotion and you listen to a song that makes you cry, crying is probably like the best way to release stress. And then also exercise. So if you're
Hmm.
listening to music and exercising, it's a good way to cope.
Yeah.
Um, and then obviously, like it'll motivate you. So if you
Hmm.
are going to be doing a workout, you find like the songs that pump you up the most.
That
Um,
is what I think I use music the most for. Like even like for cleaning, I'm like throw on like whatever playlist and I need to get this done. If I
mhm.
don't, I'm like whatever. But if I have like loud music on, I'm like, yeah, I can do this.
Same, same. So if I turn music on, same thing. I can clean my whole house,
Yeah.
and then like the music's kind of the motivator, and it's like, oh yeah, like oh I love this song. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, that baseboard's a little dusty. Well,
Better scrub it down.
clean
Yeah,
that
even
while I'm
my
listening.
mom I feel was the same way because I remember like music was always on in our house and maybe that's why like when like silence kind of kills me because I'm like we always had the radio going like right in
Yeah,
the morning my mom flicked it on and the music was on.
yeah.
And then yeah, like through like if it was a cleaning day or whatever, she just
Hmm.
cranked it and then it's like okay, it's
Hmm.
cleaning time. So like I'm the same way. Like I totally have fallen into that and I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I don't know, I just need it.
music's great for that.
Even like my family, like we're not very musical, like anyone in my family, but like Brandon's family is very musical. Like they're singers, they play guitar. And I'm like, if Abby gets it, it's definitely from his side.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, like to me, I've never been interested enough
Yeah.
also. But like I always saw like the benefits
Hmm.
of music and teaching music and
I
the
know.
connections that it brings for
I
sure.
I like kick myself every day. I'm just like,
Hmm.
man, I just wish I had
Yeah.
like sucked it up and forced myself. But then again, like who's gonna love something? Like if you don't love it, how are you gonna do
Yeah,
it? So
exactly. And that's it too. Like if you're not super into it and you don't have an interest and you're just forcing yourself, it's not
mhm,
gonna, yeah.
exactly.
Anyways, back
Uh,
to Brandon's family. We have to sing karaoke all the time. But
like
I didn't know, like we like when bars and stuff were open, we would have to go out when they were down from BC to go
mhm.
out and sing karaoke
Ooh,
because they love, like his grandpa is like 90 and will still go karaokeing.
that's fun.
They go at home now and they have a karaoke like microphone. But anyways, I didn't know they were good singers. So his mom's like, "We need to go karaoke." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And then she starts singing. I'm like, "I'm nope." Mm-mm. She's
Not
so good. His grand like I'm like, "I can't sing with you." Absolutely not. I'm terrible.
you're
I'm
like
like, I thought we're like karaokeing to me is like, let's get up there,
be
sing
horrible.
terribly. Yeah, we're not supposed to be professionals.
No, they're all professionals. They're all getting a
Yeah.
record deal while they're up there. You're just like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they
Like
call your name, you're somehow in the bathroom for the 10th time, avoiding your turn.
yeah, yeah, I can't. So I don't anymore. I heard it once and I'm like, nope, never again. Never will sing
No.
with you. Sorry.
And honestly, like getting up to sing karaoke is like mad guts. Like that's
Mm.
like,
I have to have quite a few drinks in me.
yeah. I just think about like the people that do go, like you said, they're like avid like karaoke goers
Hmm.
or they're just like good singers.
Yeah.
And they brought their following with them. They've got like their
We're
people
going to pump
there
them
to
up.
pump them up and you're just like, okay, if I go up there, I'm just afraid for myself. So
I don't mind if I am at a good level of fun.
yeah, you
um,
got to be with the right group of people too.
and exactly. And I can't go up by myself. I
Mhm,
need like a group with me and we can all sing terribly
mhm.
together. I've picked some bad songs before to sing
Yeah, it's like I didn't
that are
remember.
not karaoke songs.
I don't remember this song being sang so high.
Yeah, I've sang what was it? I Believe I Can Fly
Oh
from like
wow,
Space Jam.
that's a
It
classic.
is a very long song and there's
Yeah.
only like one section that is good and then the rest is like very sappy and sad. I'm pretty sure we cleared out a bar because it was like this is awful. So
Oh
bad.
my goodness.
Anyways, don't go
Yeah, I
karaoke
think
with me.
picking the sad songs at a karaoke bar is probably like the last thing you want to do.
It was a lapse in judgment for sure.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
like
that's a good song.
that's like
It's a
singing
good
like
jam. No.
I don't know, like Sam Smith, like Sappy Sam.
Yeah. Yeah. The best karaoke song. Well, one of them to me anyways cuz my friends and I used to always sing it.
Yeah.
Friends in Low Places. That's
Yeah, classic.
just a
Love that.
go-to
Mhm.
easy one.
I feel that way about Wagon Wheel.
Mm.
So rock me, mama, like a
Yep.
wagon. Yeah,
That's a good
the
one too.
bop, total
Country
bop.
songs. I don't know.
Yeah,
Country songs just get you going.
yeah.
Shania
And
Twain.
I feel like when you're singing country song, you can also like manipulate your voice a bit. Like country's,
Mm.
not to say like country's easy to sing, but like country's easy to sing. Like if
You can
you,
throw an accent on.
I always laugh, like I always hear this, and like Levi always says, like if you can't sing, you sing country, because it's just like you can put a twang on it, like
Yeah.
you can just kind of manipulate your voice any way you need to like just make it sound more honky or
Oh, is
like
that why I love country music?
maybe because
Maybe.
I've always found that like singing along to a country song, I'm like, damn, I sound great right now. Like,
Good. I
but
should get a record deal.
yeah. And then singing along to anything else, it's like, okay, we're gonna shut that
Mm.
off now. Yeah. Uh, so, but yeah, I think like I don't know, like sad songs to me, time and place, karaoke
Mhm.
bar, probably the worst
Not the
place for a sad
place.
song. But um going through like a fair share of breakups, I have like accumulated just like the world's best sad
Mm.
song playlist.
Ooh. You
Yeah,
just add on to it as you go.
it's just called like my end. It's actually such a bad name. So my playlist is called The End of Me.
That's awful.
It's awful. But
I love how you have an actual playlist
it's just like when I'm
that you've made.
feeling, yeah, when I'm feeling like total, like I'm by myself in this world, I
And you
cannot,
just want to get into it
I
too.
just want to get into it. So there's a curated playlist through Apple Music that's called In My Room. And it's kind of the same, like, but it plays
Okay.
recent hits that would be
Okay.
considered like that down and out, like sad. So for more like updated music, I pull from that playlist. But like I wrote down a few of the ones that are like on my list just
Mm.
because I feel like you'll know them. And we'll have a good laugh, I think.
Okay.
So like Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi. It's on my list.
Yeah, that can get you right
Yeah.
into that mood,
Do
eh?
you know that song, Dancing on My Own?
Yes. Yep.
Dancing on My Own by
Mm.
Robin, I think it is. So that one. Um, then like anything by Sam Smith.
Mm. Yeah.
Like I'm Not the Only
He's so
One.
good.
And yeah. Um, Let
I
Her
don't know if I
Go.
have like a playlist or songs that I like go to, but I have an artist. Her
Yeah.
name's Cam.
What?
Have
Who
you
is
ever heard of
this?
her?
I'm not sure. Is that just the artist name is Cam?
There's just like this one playlist I really like it, and I guess it's like just puts me in that mood, but it's also like super like uplifting. I don't know why. I just love her voice, and for me it's just like soothing, and it's also like emotional. So like that would be my playlist, I think, is just that one album.
Okay. Yeah, I
My
love that.
go-to.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
If I need to get a pump up to like feel brave or like do something that's kind of
Mm.
hard, then it'll be like classic that song Brave by Sarah
Mm.
how do you say it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Barry Alice?
Alice.
I don't know.
Or
I just made that up.
Stronger by Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Or the fight song. This is my fight
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Yeah. So that one. Those are kind of like my top, like I'm a woman, I can do this. But I know that there's lots of songs out there, especially now, that are very empowering.
Mm.
Um,
Yes.
you have a few.
I did write down a few of mine.
Hmm.
I think maybe more for me, it's not just like a song, but even like artists
Hmm.
in general, like Lizzo right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
She is like all about like, I don't even think just women empowerment, more so like just be yourself,
Hmm.
like for like all people,
Hmm.
which is like, so her one song, Good as Hell. How do you not
You feel
get pumped
good.
up to that?
Yeah.
Right? Like it just like puts you in a mood that like you are just like pumped, you're ready to go, you are
Yeah.
feeling good about
Yeah.
yourself, like no matter what. Like I could be like mom bun, sweats, or pajamas, and I put that on and I'm like, yeah, I do feel good as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
I
It's a
do.
total, no, that is a bop. Like that's a good song.
Yeah.
It's kind of for me on the same like level. Beyonce did that for a while. Like she had a
Hmm.
lot of good songs that were,
Yeah.
I think like for the most part, people perceive them as like female empowerment, but I would
Yeah.
say kind of along the same lines, like anyone really could listen to that.
Yeah.
But specifically because it's in the lyrics, like Who Run the World, Girls.
Yeah.
That song, like best ever. I'm just like,
Right?
like so good, so catchy. Such good lyrics too.
Yeah.
And then another one that I know has been on the radio lately, so I'm sure everybody's heard this one. It's the Kings and Queens by Ava Max. So that one's like to all of the queens who are fighting alone.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yes. Yeah,
that
that's a good one.
song is about I think the way that I hear the lyrics, because it talks about like single motherhood
Mm.
and basically being like left to do things on your own, like without your king, or however she kind of like
Yeah.
puts it in. Um, but like that one to me is extremely empowering. And like whether you're a male or female, she's just kind of singing about the one side needing to do what they need to do,
Yeah.
um, whoever you are, and that you're like not alone and there's other people that are going through the same thing, and just to like keep going basically. But I love that. And I always love when like artists play into like royalty. And then when you're listening to that, you're like, yeah, I am a queen, actually. Like, thank you very much. But it's like,
Thank you for acknowledging
yeah,
it.
thank you for not singing about the fact that I'm actually a peasant. I appreciate it. Oh, or in my case, the
um,
Joker. No.
mm, um, for me too, I wouldn't say this is new song, but back to like my artists, like
Mhm.
getting into like when I was little,
Yeah.
Spice Girls, like
Mm,
girl power
yeah.
was brought like up. Like I don't know why. So like when I was younger, it's like, yeah, girls can be powerful. They can do
Mhm.
whatever boys can do.
Well,
And I
I
think like Spice Girls really like put that out there like with their
Mhm.
girl power thing. So it's not
Yeah.
like they have like Wannabe is a great song, but I don't think it's certain like just it's not like their lyrics don't speak to just women empowerment. It's more so
Mhm.
like just their vibes, I
Mhm.
guess.
And I think too, as artists, they really did a good job having a character. So they
Mm,
had like Sporty Spice, Scary Spice,
yeah.
Baby, who else? Posh,
Posh.
Ginger. So it
Scare.
was kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just wanted to be your own identity, no matter what it
Yeah.
was, you could be that. So if you wanted to be scary, you could be scary. If you
Yeah.
wanted to be sporty, you could be sporty. And it didn't really matter. And at the end of the day,
And you were accepted.
they were in a group together,
Yeah.
all completely different. So I think
And it
that
was okay to have friends that were all completely
Mhm.
different.
And
And
so I think that that like speaks volumes, but in a way that like people don't actually notice like that
hmm
that was kind of happening. I know that they've probably talked about that in interviews like and about their identities, but people when they just listen to music and they see like the characters behind the music, it's like, oh, look, they're all different or
hmm
you're not like thinking deeply. It's just kind of there like just below the surface.
yeah. Yeah. So they always definitely empowered me.
Mhm.
And also Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
And
I
more so the
forgot
song like
about her.
yeah, and like Fighter. Like
Mhm,
that is just like a pump up, feel good about yourself, like no
mhm,
matter what, you can get through it.
mhm.
Like that song, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Christina Aguilera too, like, if I remember correctly, she went through some like adversity though as like a young person, I'm pretty
I think
sure.
so.
She had childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember learning about that. So I think music was a huge outlet for her.
And I think, yeah, music is an outlet for a lot of people and in different
Mhm,
ways. So, like, if it makes you cry, if it makes you happy, like, it can do both.
mhm,
It can get you just through tough times or breakups
mhm.
or deaths and
Yeah.
everything. Like, I
I
think it
think
has a meaning in every aspect of your
yeah.
life.
And it's so powerful, such a good tool, amazing for coping, amazing
hmm
for stress, healing your body, like emotionally, physically.
Yeah.
And I think after what this last year has brought, like music is probably one of those things that like hasn't abandoned anyone, which is
hmm
like super nice. Like artists are still releasing their music. I know
Yeah.
at the beginning there a lot of artists were like do we wait because if I release something I can't even like have a live show or
Yeah.
whatever. And a lot of artists were contemplating like putting off their releases. And so
Yeah.
many of them are glad they didn't because it was the time like people needed music the most,
Yeah.
is
They
now.
need an outlet. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, like get out there
That
and
just
make
gave me goosebumps.
yeah, I'm an emotional
Yeah.
I'm a keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Um
No, I think though, like for artists, that was such a struggle. Like this
yeah,
whole year, like that's their livelihood, that's everything. But then they're still releasing music, and no matter like what way, just to get it out there for people
yeah,
to help them. So I
yes.
think that's so
Yes.
it's
Well, and
nice.
all the kinds of songs that have been coming out are
Yeah, like
super
relatable.
helpful, relatable.
hmm
All the while, all the songs that basically at the beginning of this started singing about like being 6 feet apart
Yeah,
and like they were just like subtly in those songs, and you're like,
yeah,
oh my God, that's in there. And so, I mean, for years to come, those songs will be referenced
yeah,
when you think back like about COVID and
yeah. You're
hopefully,
like, oh, that was a.
hopefully, hopefully when we're able to think back.
We will be. We will be thinking back on this.
Yeah. So it'll be one of those things like, oh, do you remember that song that came out and sang
Mhm.
about being 6 feet apart? That's crazy, and whatever else. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think that music is definitely like probably one of the most important things that
Mhm.
whether you know you're listening to it and what it's helping you with or you don't, like it's helping. So whether
Yeah.
you like acknowledge that you're listening to it because you need to be listening to it or
Mhm.
you like don't have to acknowledge that, but it is helping. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
And I
people like I don't realize like, music's on and you're like going like this and then it's like, oh
yeah.
my God, that's
Oh
making my
yeah.
whole body
It
move.
felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like Christmas music. I think we talked about that at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like it makes you feel good, it puts you in the spirit. But also like I think music like you relate it to people
Hmm.
too. So like I feel like when I'm missing my parents, like even though like maybe I'm not thinking about that, I'm like I put on classic rock, and then I'm like, oh, I remember this because like
Oh,
we always had
mhm.
classic rock on in our house like all the
Right.
time. So it's just like I'm just like thinking about them in like those subtle ways,
Right.
and then it just brings me closer to them, even though like I can't see them.
Right.
So just thinking about that and like people like maybe that you've lost, and like a certain song think makes you think of them. So yeah, just
Yeah.
relating it to people or to
Yeah.
situations, like you went on an amazing trip and
Mm. I
that's the
have
song of the trip.
there's a song that like will forever it lives rent free in my head and like it will never go away. And I don't know if you know it, but it's called Forever Young. Jay-Z.
Forever young,
I
I
wanna be
wanna be
forever.
for yes, of course.
So that was like one of the best trips of my life when I was like 18. I had that song on
Where did you
repeat.
go?
I actually just visited BC and I was just like with one of
Okay.
my best friends and it was just like the
Mm.
best like time ever.
And that
And
was your guys' song.
that was just the song of the week. And I just remember it like really good memories. And I don't really listen to it often, but like when I just think
Mm.
about the song, it's like, ah, that's a
Makes you
nice song.
happy.
Yeah, it's a good song. That's
Yeah.
probably like the only one that I like think of when I think of like fond like memory. It's
Mm.
the only one that I can like name and like have in my head that's like just lives there.
Mm.
So it'll be a song that I pull out when I'm like 85.
And you're like, this is my
Forever
jam.
Young. This is my
Or
jam.
if you just want to be happy, think
Yeah.
of a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nice when those songs just pop up out of nowhere,
Yeah,
like on the radio or whatever, or on a
yeah,
playlist, and you're like,
exactly.
oh,
Oh, I
this makes me
remember.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fond, good memories.
Mhm.
Mhm, mhm. And even like now too, there's so many like good mashups out there. Like
Oh
people
yeah.
just like mash like two or three songs together. Like they take like an old one and a new one, and it's just like the best. Like,
Yeah.
oh, just sounds so good. Your assignment, everyone, is to get off this podcast and go make a playlist.
And share it with us.
And then share it with us. I did ask some random stuff on our Instagram. If you want to
Mhm.
interact with us, you can follow us at Edson Parent Cafe on Instagram. We're on there. We post stories before we record just so that we can have some, audience feedback and when you guys talk to us.
Your
Um,
involvement. We
hmm.
want to get to know you.
It kind of went off topic. So I was asking about music and then I got into baking. I just needed to know. I just needed to know. So,
I did see that.
yeah, what are you doing when you're listening to
Mm.
music? A lot of
Yes.
people are either like cleaning, driving. Driving's probably my top
Yes. Oh,
top
yes.
driving.
That's like when it's a concert
Hmm.
in your car.
There's a production happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you're
Cleaning.
the whole band.
Yeah. Cleaning. I'm the harmony. I'm the melody. I'm everyone.
Yeah.
Baking, cleaning. Um, Someone said they never stop listening to music.
Mhm.
Which like, yeah, same.
You turn it on and you're
It's
good.
just always on. Pocket Full of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield is
Mhm.
one, like a go-to tune. Good as Hell by Lizzo.
Yeah.
JJ Heller, she's calm and
Mm.
soothing, someone says. So check out
Oh.
JJ Heller. I asked the question also, do you use music as a tool? Basically, just the same kind of what we talked about in the beginning there. And we had someone write in that they said, I believe music is one of the most important things in life. It's the best form of expression. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Probably like one of the best ways to communicate a feeling or like a message to someone is like through a song.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that like you can't express, but like the emotion will come out in a song for sure.
I totally agree.
Yeah. If you don't already know, you're probably either watching this on YouTube or listening to it on our Spotify or Google Podcasts or Pocket Casts or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. I think we're available on 6 different stations, and you can check that out at anchor.com. You can see exactly where you can find us, or on our YouTube at Edson Parent Cafe.
If you want to see us.
If you want to see our faces while we talk to each other, because we're so cute. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and drinking our beverages. I've got my
I need a top up.
Easter bunny tea.
I got my cold coffee now.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting too cold.
But yeah, so check us out there if you want to chat with us. The ways to communicate with us follow this. But if you're listening, you can text us at 780-517-7055, and you can just send us a text about anything you kind of want us to mention in a future episode or any topics you're interested in.
Yes.
We
love ideas.
Yeah, for sure. And or email us at sinparentcafe@gmail.com. So you can just send us an email if you have like a long story you want us to share. You can text that too, or send the email.
And it's all anonymous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like unless you want us to call you out.
Yeah, we won't call you out exactly unless you want bragging rights or a great story. Yeah. But we won't divulge your personal information. Like I mean, and stories, it's almost like better not to know sometimes.
You don't even share like the names with me.
No.
If you see them.
I don't, half the time I don't get a name. I just get like
that's true.
Text. So it just comes from a number, and I don't ask who is this. I just go, oh, thanks, cool story.
Thanks.
Cool
story, bro.
Cool story, bro. I'll share that. But yeah, and then, or if you're on Facebook, we obviously are working at the Town of Edson Community Services. So if you're on that page, you can message us there, or like comment on one of our podcast threads, and we'll see it. We'll find you however you message us, or yeah, well, we're good.
We like our social media.
Yeah, we're on there. We're on social media as much as we listen to music. So there's your answer for how often
we're online.
We're online. We are on the online. Yeah. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a lovely day. A lovely sunny day.
Lovely sunny day. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.